All right. The 2G court has met today and they have decided a date for the verdict in the mega 2G scam. The scam that brought the UPA2 down. This is a case that is being heard since 2011 and you've got several top politicians, several big business leaders who have been put on trial in this case. All of them were present in court today and the special CBI judge, O.P. Saini, has announced the date for the verdict. The big news this up, Nalini breaking this for us, that the 2G scam verdict will be pronounced on the 21st of December. Let's go across now to Nalini, who's our legal correspondent. She was tracking details in the court. Nalini, this must have been a brief hearing, but the big story coming out, the news point, is that 21st December, another 15 days from now, the verdict in the 2G case that brought down the UPA government will be out.
Big breaking from the Patiala House Court today when the date of the 2G verdict has finally been pronounced after months and months of delay. Remember that this has been a 5-year-long hearing, a day-to-day hearing that has stretched on for almost 5 years. Thousands of pages of charge sheet. A special CBI court was set up specially to hear this one particular case. And after 5 years, the final date of the verdict has finally been announced. It was a jam-packed courtroom with all the accused in the case, including people like A. Raja, Kani Modi, Sharad Kumar, all of them present in the court, along with their families, to hear the final date of the verdict, which is the 21st of December, when the final 2G verdict is going to be pronounced by the special CBI judge, Mr. O.P. Saini.
Nalini, all the 2G accused were asked to be present in court today, so it must have been a packed courtroom.
Absolutely, Parikshit. Everybody was asked to be present in the court today for the final date of the judgment to be pronounced. And in fact, even on the last date of hearing, when the judgment date was likely to be expected, all the accused were also asked to be present, but most of them had filed exemption applications. But surprisingly today, nobody filed an exemption application. All the accused were there in court, almost as if we were aware that today is going to be the date when we are going to know exactly what their fate is going to lie, according to this 2G scam. And that's when the special CBI judge, O.P. Saini, has finally announced that the judgment, after 5 years of hearings, will be out on the 21st.
Yeah, Nalini, stay with us on the phone. This is the case in which former Telecom Minister A. Raja and DMK MP Kani Modi are among the key accused. O.P. Saini, who is a special CBI judge who was exclusively hearing this case, has now decided that 21st of December is when this verdict will be pronounced. Remember, this was the case which had shaken the foundation of the Indian telecom industry and led to cancellation of 122 licenses of 9 operators. All the accused were present in court today. This includes Siddharth Behura, Raja's erstwhile private secretary, R.K. Chandolia. You had sworn telecom promoters, Shahid Usman Balba, Vinod Goenka, Unitech Sanjay Chandra, top executives of the Reliance Anil Dhirubhai Ambani Group, Gautam Doshi, Surendra Pipara, Hari Nair, directors of Kosegaon Fruits and Vegetables, Asif Balba, Rajiv Agarwal, Kalaina TV, Sharad Kumar, Bollywood producer Kareem Murani, all of them were present. Let's go across to Nalini once again. Nalini, as you get us the verdict and the details of what happened in court, also give us a sense of any special arrangements that the court will be making for pronouncing this verdict, because I'm sure it will be a voluminous document. Will there be special security arrangements as well, and whether the media will be present in court at that point in time?
Well, Parikshit, most definitely the media is going to be allowed to cover the judgment, which is now going to be out on the 21st of December. Of course, it's going to be a voluminous judgment, considering the number of documents that have been in this particular case. In fact, inside the courtroom, there were trunks and trunks of only the documents that was filed by the various investigative agencies in this present case. That is why a special court was needed to set up for hearing this particular case, because of the large amount of documents that need to be gone through and the day-to-day hearings that have happened for almost half a decade, this is the particular reason, Parikshit, why this judgment date was being deferred for so long. This judgment date was supposed to be pronounced originally on the 25th of September, and since that day, almost on every single day, the court has been delaying the date on which it's going to be pronounced, with special CBI judge O.P. Saini clearly stating that the judgment is not ready yet. It's going to take time. But today, in a very short hearing, they have finally pronounced that the judgment date is going to be out on the 21st of December.
All right. And also give us a sense of the kind of arguments the likes of A. Raja, DMK MP Kani Modi and all the telecom operators who have been accused in this case, the kind of arguments they've been putting before the court, Nalini, all these years. All right. We seem to have lost that link with Nalini, but let me just recap what has happened. 21st of December, that is the date when the 2G verdict is going to be announced. We're getting you pictures of DMK MP Kani Modi, A. Raja, the former telecom minister, walking inside the courtroom. It was a packed courtroom. All of them were present. Remember, the charges were framed in October 2011 under Prevention of Corruption Act, along with criminal conspiracy, cheating, forgery, faking documents, abusing official position, criminal misconduct by a public servant and accepting bribes. All have pleaded not guilty. The charges were based on the charge sheet filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation in April 2011 against A. Raja and others, alleging that there was an alleged loss of 30,984 crores to the exchequer in allocation of 122 licenses of spectrum. We are getting you some first pictures from the courtroom. Let's try and see and get you some reactions. All right, Nalini is still with us on the phone. Nalini, give us a sense of the CBI stand in this case. The Central Bureau of Investigation has been saying that there was a loss of almost 31,000 crores to the exchequer. All right, Nalini is gathering more details. She's getting us reactions from the ground. We're getting you these live pictures right now. These are live pictures of DMK MP Kani Modi. She often is seen in the Rajya Sabha leading her party's charge. She had also served time in Tihar jail along with A. Raja and two other 2G accused in the court. Let's go across to Majid Memon, well-known lawyer, joining us and also a member of the NCP. Majid Memon, this verdict is now finally going to be pronounced on the 21st of December.
So
do you think
it's going to happen now on the 21st of December? It's been almost half a decade of day-to-day hearings.
Let us see.
It's large volumes of documents here.
That judge read, I didn't.
All right, so that was Kani Modi, and Nalini, our reporter, did ask her whether she was nervous, and she said, "Do I look nervous?" But of course, we'll now have to wait and see what happens on the 21st of December, and all these accused could also face trouble after that verdict is delivered. Let's go across to Mr. Majid Memon. Mr. Majid Memon, this was the case that really rocked the UPA, didn't it? But do you feel that once this verdict is pronounced, it could prove to be a big embarrassment for the former UPA government and top Congress leaders?
Well, I think, you see, this case which has been going on for the past 6 years now, it was 2011 when this case began, and it was a marathon exercise for the learned judge who was singularly asked to take charge of all the matters relating to the 2G scam, and therefore different cases were conducted during the past 6 years, and the learned judge has tirelessly and exclusively spared time all these 6 years on these matters. Therefore, certainly he has done a tremendous laborious job. And this verdict has to come in the light of the evidence that has been placed before the court. It has nothing to do with the political repercussions. On the 21st of December, the pronouncement of judgment which is due.
But Mr. Memon, just to ask you about the CBI's case, the CBI has been alleging, the essential argument has been that there has been a loss of 31,000 crores to the exchequer in the allocation of 122 licenses when A. Raja was in power and the DMK was part of the UPA coalition. There was a fraudulent allotment of licenses which was questionable, that has caused a loss to public money. What do you feel about the CBI's case? Do you think this is a very strong case that the Central Bureau of Investigation has against all the 2G accused, all the top politicians and top telecom operators involved?
You see, CBI initially came out with much higher amount of being involved in this earlier. But then they, boiled down to lesser amount, and then while marshalling evidence, different amount has come. All these things are the matter of evidence. And let me tell you and me, both must understand that the matter being sub judice, and I am one of the defense counsel in this trial. I have worked in this court for 6 years, from 2011, and I am awaiting most respectfully the verdict of the court, which we have to accept as an officer of the court. And therefore, I am not justified in preempting anything or anticipating anything when the judgment is due.
Yeah. So, Majid Memon, if you're representing one of the accused in this case, if I may ask you, why do you feel that your clients should actually get a clean chit? All right, let's go across to Nalini. Majid Memon not answering that question. We'll try and reconnect with him. Probably there was some disturbance in the line. Nalini, give us a sense of the versions that you got from A. Raja, Kani Modi, and over the last couple of hearings, over the final hearings, what has been the argument coming from the side of the accused?
Well, Parikshit, it's extremely interesting exactly what is in store for people like A. Raja and Kani Modi on the 21st of December at 10:30 a.m. when the Patiala House Court, that is right behind us, is finally going to pronounce the 2G verdict. But in the last few hearings, of course, the Patiala House Court has been deferring the date of the final announcement of the verdict, waiting for all the accused to be present, and at the same time taking time to actually go through the voluminous documents, the charge sheets that have been filed against every single accused. And today, finally, they have pronounced the date of this verdict. Parikshit, what's important to remember is that this 2G case has been one of the biggest scams that the independent India has seen after 1947. And after 5 years of day-to-day hearings, we finally have the Patiala House Court actually stating that this judgment is ready to be pronounced on the 21st of December. Obviously, most likely, whichever side is on the back foot when the judgment is pronounced, obviously has the option to go further in appeal, because this is just a district court verdict that is going to be pronounced on the 21st of December. But it still lays a very strong foundation for exactly what the hearings in the subsequent courts is going to be like. So what observations have been made by the Patiala House Court in this judgment are going to be of extreme importance. So 21st December is an extremely important day, Parikshit, taking into account that the observations of the trial court after 5 years of hearing the case every day, exactly what Judge O.P. Saini actually says, considering that he has been hearing this case from the very beginning of its inception, exactly what his observations are, what observations he makes, not against the accused in the present case, but also regarding the investigation that has happened in this present case. It's going to be extremely pertinent to note, especially when we can expect people like A. Raja and Kani Modi, if found guilty, will most definitely move to a higher court in appeal.